and welcome. You're watching Don Bosco Media Network. This is Abigail Karmalim bringing to you the news and events in Meghalaya. Here are the headlines for today. 5 years imprisonment and fined up to 5 lakh rupees to impose on to illegal mining activities. Zenit M. Sangma was defeated by voice vote in the assembly, and bank privatization means less job security. United Federation of Bank Unions, Meghalaya Joint Council of Trade Unions and Association. And now the news in detail. The Meghalaya Legislative Assembly today rejected the breach of privilege motion moved by the Congress opposition. The motion alleging the Chief Minister of misleading the House on purchasing of power from generation companies, moved by senior opposition Congress legislator Zenit M. Sangma, was defeated by voice vote with scope of debate and discussion except to the leader of opposition, Dr. Mukul M. Sangma.
Without getting any satisfactory reply, and just deviating from the actual, the fact, how can I be willing to withdraw my privilege motion? So I will not withdraw, Mr. Speaker, sir.
Okay. As
62 maybe follow.
As per rule
Rule 162 maybe follow.
As per Rule 163 of the Rules of Procedure and Conduct of the Business, the motion of breach of privilege raised by Zenit M. Sangma will have to be decided, back-leaved, and taken into consideration by the House. The question is that the motion raised by Zenit M. Sangma MLA or the question of breach of privilege be taken into consideration by the House. Those who are for the motion say aye. Those who are against say no. The noes have it, and the motion on the question of breach of privilege raised by Zenit M. Sangma is rejected by the House.
Replying to the query put forward by opposition party on the ban imposed by the National Green Tribunal on illegal coal mining and transportation, if the illegal activities have stopped or still continues in Meghalaya, the Chief Minister Conrad K. Sangma informed the House that all actions are being taken to ensure that all illegal mining and transportation on coal mining are stopped and check if anything prevails. He also said the government will never allow any such illegal transportation or coal mining. If any information is received as such, strict actions will be taken. Furthermore, he has added, for the 250 cases that has been registered, the government has enforced the MMDR Act, which never existed before. The provisions of this act is very stringent. It states that if anyone is found guilty, 5 years of imprisonment and fined up to 5 lakh rupees. Till date, 95 arrests have been made in this case and 146 charge sheets have been filed.
The seriousness of this government when it comes to actions in these areas, that for the first time after we took over, that we enforced the provisions of the MMDR Act. It was not there before. And the provisions of the MMDR Act are very, very stringent, which means a 5-year imprisonment if found guilty, and up to 5 lakhs of fees and fines to be paid. More importantly, in the last few months, almost 95 arrests have been made in this case and 146 charge sheeted.
Along with the rest of the country, bank employees of Meghalaya resorting to 2-day strike on 15th and 16 March 2021 against the calculated move of the Government of India to privatize public sector banks of the country in a phased manner, beginning with IDBI Bank and another 2 public sector banks. At present, almost all public sector banks have been providing bank services to their customers in remote areas or villages of the country, but private sector banks are not able to provide such services to any remote areas or remote villages of the country. As such, people of the remote areas of the country will be the most affected and worst sufferers. Speaking to the media, the Meghalaya Joint Council of Trade Unions and Association, General Secretary and Joint Convener of the United Federation of Bank Unions, informed about the many drawbacks of the public sector banks if they are being privatized. Therefore, he urges upon the Government of India to roll back its decision to privatize public sector banks in the country, failing which employees and workers of different sectors may have to call out for suitable agitational program in favor of bank employees.
We are not against private sector banks, but the thing is that their motive is only profit. nationalized bank has transformed that pre-nationalization area that is called with a class banking. Now we have changed into class banking to mass banking. So if we do these things, then again this will be gone down against this cycle that mass banking will go to the class banking. Only the affluent people will be happy in the private banks. For us, for the general, say 80% of the people, 90% of the common people, Aam Aadmi, they will be in dire strait if a bank has been privatized.
Realizing the need to encourage better and friendlier police, public relation, personnel of various ranks of 2nd MLP Battalion, including basic trainees of the unit's APTC, conducted a mob flash dance at the supermarket building, Tura, on 11 March 2021, whereby a very good and positive response and appreciation was received from the public and onlookers present in the said building. After the dance, a brief talk by the medical officers and nursing staff of the unit hospital was followed. They emphasized on the need to continue with the safety protocols pertaining to preventive measures against COVID-19 and encourage the people to get vaccinated and not to be influenced by rumors and hearsay regarding alleged bad side effects of the vaccine. BSF Meghalaya, continuing its effort to curb smuggling activities in the state, has further on Sunday seized huge quantity of cosmetic in a special operation launch against smuggling attempts on Indo-Bangladesh border. On 14 March 2021, on tip of BSF troops of border outpost Bakmara of 43 Battalion BSF recovered huge quantity of cosmetic and other miscellaneous items from the jungle area near Indo-Bangladesh border in village Bhawanipur under district South Garo Hills, Meghalaya. The items were recovered from a hidden place in the jungle when they were kept for smuggling to Bangladesh. The approximate value of the recovered items is Rs 33 lakhs. The seized items were handed over to Customs Office Dalu for further investigation and legal action. Shri Hardeep Singh, Inspector General, Meghalaya Frontier, said BSF is determined to have zero tolerance against trans-border crimes and constantly keeping vigil on changing modus operandi of smuggler. So far, BSF has remained one step ahead of the criminals and has been successful in seizing huge quantity of contraband items being smuggled to Bangladesh. So viewers, that is all we have for you today. Till we meet again, thank you for joining us.